So Jubilant One Launch is a complete reimagining of two different methodologies that were originally presented by UKG, the vendor themselves.
When we look at these two companies, these two awesome companies that have come together, Ultimate and Kronos, to create UKG, you are talking about two pieces of dynamic software that are now one unit. Those two units have to talk to each other if, in fact, it's going to be a successful experience for the customer.
We've built a tool called JubScrub, which is a data validation tool that helps save days and even weeks of pressure testing and validating data once it's brought into UKG.
And so one of the component pieces that really makes Jubilant One Launch work extremely well is that we married the whole discovery process together. HCM is a very complex product suite, regardless of who you purchase it from. And workforce management is a very, very complex product suite. To have one consultant that knows both HCM and workforce management would be very, very rare.
When we got Jubilant on board, they were able to direct us down that path. And I suddenly realized we weren't crazy. We really felt the connection with Jubilant and felt like they were able to articulate the expertise they have around UKG. And it just made us feel comfortable that they would be the partner that could help us. The people that they have involved at the customer level are all UKG experts.
Our focus is really on building meaningful relationships. We talk about that as a team all the time. Building meaningful relationships, meaning treating one another as we would want to be treated ourselves.
This reimagining is really a thoughtful approach on Jubilant's part to eliminate all of that confusion for the customer and deal with all of the challenges of marrying these two applications together in one implementation.
And what we're going to be able to do now is not just architect this part of the solution and this part of the solution, but we are going to be able to architect the whole solution simultaneously.
We have introduced this into a number of projects so far, and those projects have been not only on time, on budget, but actually ahead of schedule.
The majority of our team members, myself included, have sat in the chair of HR or payroll.
Hiring consultants who also have that practitioner background is a principal foundational element of Catherine's belief. And by doing that, they can relate to what the customer is going through.
So I should be able to ask you, customer, give me all of your benefit plan designs. And I am going to look at all of that, and then I'm going to come back to you with what I think your system should look like. I'm going to give you what I would do if I were sitting in your chair. That's the difference that Jubilant is about. That's the white glove service. In this industry, it's seen as, let me give you a checklist of things. Let me tell you how do you build an earning code? How do you build a deduction code? How do you set up a component company? No problem. That is a checklist. That is a tactical execution, and it is an important part of what we do. However, to get to the building piece, you need to be the architect.
I've just always truly appreciated our partnership with Jubilant. Even if we're not running a project or currently engaged with Jubilant, the team has always been willing to just kind of check in to see how we're doing. And I think even just that simple check-in with Rollins and how we're doing kind of shows not only that Jubilant is still there, but we're able to stay in touch, keep you up to date on kind of what's on the horizon for Rollins. Our company's growing significantly, has grown significantly over the last 5 years. And I think it's kind of important to maintain that relationship and that true partnership for future engagements. To kind of know where the business is at. I think Jubilant has always done a great job checking in on Rollins as a company, but also kind of individually with my team to see how we're doing and is there anything that the Jubilant team can provide help on.
Our consultants are called solution consultants. That's actually their title. They're creating solutions. They're not implementing a product. They're creating a solution.